been nearly a week since polls closed on the primary election. The unofficial results right now show Governor Spencer Cox winning the Republican nomination over his challenger, Phil Lyman, by nearly 40,000 votes.
Okay, but Mr. Lyman has not conceded and says he does not plan to anytime soon. He believes there are irregularities in the election that people need to look into. ABC4's Jordan Tracy spoke to Lyman. He joins us live in Salt Lake with more on Lyman's calls for transparency, as well as the trend of mistrust in election results. Jordan, a lot going on in this one.
Yeah, that's right, Sarah and Brian. Now, Phil Lyman is calling foul, and he's rallying his supporters to call for more transparency. Now, this is something we've seen in the post-Trump era of politics, where campaigns who are seemingly on the losing end aren't continuing the trend of conceding on election night, but instead fighting until the bitter end. Now, I gave Mr. Lyman the opportunity to explain what he thinks is wrong with the process, but we also took a look at this trend of mistrust on the losing end.
It was a celebration for the Cox campaign on election night, but Phil Lyman says it was premature.
You, along with the other media, were pushing me to do a concession speech, with 2 minutes into a football game.
Now he's calling for verification from an independent party to look at how the Cox campaign gathered signatures and at what he and supporters say are anomalies that they see in the results.
I think the people of Utah deserve a fair election, and I get calls constantly saying that, hey, what we're seeing does not match with what is being reported. What convinces people is to have a qualified, independent, third-party review of the data, and that has never happened.
And the questions don't stop there.
I don't know who you're asking these questions on behalf of, if those are your questions or what. And you're part of it. You are part of the cover-up.
Zoe Nemerever is an assistant professor of political science at Utah Valley University. She says that this questioning of elections has become a trend post-2016 on the national, state, and local levels.
Almost always it's the person on the losing end of the election says that there was some sort of malpractice or malfeasance in the election and they want it to be recounted, recertified, investigated.
Asking for something like a recount in a close race isn't out of the norm or dangerous to our elections. In fact, in some cases, they are automatic. But Nemerever says there is danger in sowing mistrust in the process.
Public opinion is important for elections. It affects, not just attitudes towards potential political violence, but also turnout as well. People may stop engaging in their elections if they feel like it's not a fair process.
Nemerever adds that in Utah, a voter can track their ballot and even ask election officials questions. And signatures to get on a ballot are vigorously verified, just like a signature on a mail-in ballot.
They're not hokey signatures. Even if they're collected by paid signature gatherers, they're still legitimate citizen from the correct district signatures.
Now, Nemerever tells me that this trend of questioning results isn't going to end anytime soon. As for Phil Lyman, he's calling on supporters to join his campaign in attending the State Records Committee hearing that's taking place on July 18th. He hopes that it's going to show that there is a strong contingent of voters who are looking for more transparency. Live at the Capitol, Jordan Tracy, ABC4. Back to you.